they know really well, and there's something they're able to discuss in a deep way, everybody. And in order to, and for me, my pleasure in dealing with people is to find the thing that they really know very, very well and see if I can discuss that with them. That's the, and I think people enjoy that too. People enjoy being able to tell you about things that they're really expert at, whether they're a farmer and they can tell you about how they decide when to plant their crop, whether they're a doctor and they're doing a specific operation, whether they're a physicist and they know something or they think they know something about quantum mechanics. You know, there's always something that they know and they know very, very well. I love getting into discussions with people about those things that they know very well. And I think people mostly enjoy that experience.
What's the best thing about being you?
What's the best thing about being me? Well, first of all, I enjoy my children a lot. I have a daughter and a son who I really enjoy being with. I enjoy their company. I enjoy my grandchildren. I got 3 grandchildren who are wonderful kids and lots of fun to talk to and to torment. I'm a big tease, so I like fooling around with them. And there's various other people, including my wife. I throw her into that package too. But so I enjoy those things for sure.
What part of life would you put a big warning label on?
Yeah, not taking yourself so seriously or not taking life so seriously. One of my teachers in the psychiatry school mentioned to me, and I thought about this a fair amount. He said, you should never take life seriously at all. You might want to take the games in life seriously, but not life itself. I think a lighthearted attitude towards our being, towards our living, towards life, will go a long way to reduce pain and suffering and to add a little spice, a little bit of a sense of humor to everything that you do.
Many years ago, we had another discussion, and we talked about photographs, because at that time, my business was being a professional photographer. And you said some things that really sort of shocked me about photographs and pictures. Share them with us.
Well, at the time, this wasn't my idea. This was, I can't remember, this was a writer. I'd read something that this writer had said about photography, and it made a lot of sense to me. And he said that you either have photographs of things that have happened to you, or you have memories of things that have happened to you, but you don't have both. And I think about things, this guy was right on. In other words, if I go on a trip and I'm snapping my picture, my camera at everything, what I'm going to remember about the trip is going to be very concretely the photographs that I've taken. The other aspects of the trip that I've experienced probably will disappear fairly quickly as the trip becomes concretized through the photographs that I've taken. So, you know, I'm not that I don't take photographs on a trip, I do, but I'm very careful to make sure that there's some balance between the photographs that you're taking and the memories that you're forming of the thing. Because otherwise you end up, you may have had that experience, you end up looking at these pictures afterwards, and that's the only thing that's left, is the picture. Right. There's no memory, there's no kind of lived experience that you can call forth.
Have you ever had a strange encounter that you can't explain?
Oh, yeah, at least 3. One of the most interesting things that happened to me, I would say, which is a bit strange, is I was driving to work one day and I was on a 4-lane street, which not a limited access street. And it was raining slightly, and I was on the, what was I on? I was on the outside lane heading in, let's say I was heading north on the outside lane. And there was a guy on the inside lane who was right beside me, or almost right beside me, and there was a car waiting further up on the direction we were going on the north side. Car had stopped and was turning left. Well, for some strange reason, as the guy sped up to be able to pass me on the inside so he wouldn't have to stop for the car turning left, I sped up too. And I'm not sure why I did this. But so by the time we got to the car that was turning left, we were both going approximately 60 miles an hour, and the road was sort of wet. And the guy had only one choice, and that the guy on my left, who was right beside me, had only one choice, and that was to slam on his brakes to avoid the car that was turning left. For some reason, I wouldn't let him in to my lane. So he slammed on his brakes. His car spun around to the oncoming traffic where there were two cars coming that then avoided his car by moving onto the lane that I was in. And we had four cars essentially spinning around going 60 miles an hour in each direction. And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, my.
About 15 seconds later, I was going north. The guy beside me was going north, and the other two cars were going south. And the guy who was turning left was still there. Nothing happened at all.
Oh, my.
Now that was a little bit of magic as far as I was concerned. I thought, that was like, holy shit. How was that possible that these cars were spinning around? They didn't, and nobody hit anybody else, and they all ended up going in the direction that they were supposed to be going. That was one of the most, I would say, otherworld experiences that I've had.
Wow. What's your favorite word?
See, my favorite word, something like onomatopoeia, or I'm not sure what my favorite word is. So it would have to be some word that had 6 or 7 syllables. I used to know a word that had onomatopoeia. No, I can't remember the word now. But by the way, I remembered the word when I used to say it, but I had no idea what it meant. So it was my favorite word.
How about a favorite sound? Is there something that brings you back?
Favorite sound? Yeah, the sound of a cardinal song really sort of turns me on. The whistling of a cardinal. I learned how to whistle like the female and male pair of a cardinal. In fact, I used to wake my kids up with that whistle, but the melody of that is very, very pretty.
Can you still do it?
Yeah, I think so. The first one was probably the male song, and the second one was the female song, or they might be reversed. But I really like the melodies of those two bird whistles.
I'm going to recommend you for America's Got Talent. You'll have another career.
Oh, yeah. You think I should be whistling bird whistles?
Oh, absolutely.
On America's Got Talent?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a most overused phrase?
Yeah, it's I don't know. That's the most overused phrase. I say I don't know, and I say that very seriously, because to know that you don't know something is very close to something that I might call wisdom. But I use that a lot. There are many, many things I don't know. And as I get older and as I study more things, I realize there are less and less things that I really know about what the hell's going on in this place that we call life. And I sort of enjoy the mystery of not knowing things. I mean, it's sort of exciting to know that you don't know things, and that you're existing in a place where nobody knows really what's happening, and sort of something cool about that.
Our time is up, and I have lots of listeners who I am sure would like to correspond or talk to you. Is there a way that they can get in touch with you, either by text or phone or email or what have you?
Yeah, you can give them my email number. It's let's see which one. dclass1@gmail.com.
Is that KLASS?
Yeah, dclass1@gmail.com.
And the company that you talk so much about, I'm sure we might have some hospital administrators.
It's called VigiLanz Corporation. If you look it up on the internet, it's VigiLanz, VigiLanzCorp.com, VigiLanzCorp.com.
Wonderful. Dr. Klass, it's been a pleasure. I do appreciate the time you spent with me, and we'll be in touch. Thanks for listening to Our Town Live, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a review.